Hey guys, so I'm gonna start preparing for my haunt soon. Now, I'm gonna start this on August 1st because that's the day that Jimmy releases all of their 2014 props. Now, I don't know if they're gonna be good this year or not. From the sneak peeks, I think that there are a few good ones and a few bad ones. So, I'm basically just going to explain a little bit about my haunt about for this year and a little bit about last year's one too. So I have many of these haunted heads by Jimmy. The original ones are in the front and the newer ones are in the back because the older ones look more gory and realistic compared to the newer ones, which are just not as realistic. However, the pumpkin is the same throughout the years except for a few small differences. Now, I have a lot of these smaller props that I've just been collecting. I may use the candy bowls somewhere. Probably not these guys, because this guy is my very first prop right here. And that guy's very delicate. So this table may not be used except for the second row. Probably not the ones in the third row either. But I am going to use Skeeves this year, because last year I only had the Bone Collector, the Face Out Ghost, and Uncle Charlie. And now I have some more. So, last year, it was the first year, and then people from my church happened to bring an inflatable archway made by Jimmy, and so I'm probably going to use that again. If you didn't see the picture close enough, this guy was actually in the bush hanging from there, looked pretty good. So we have Skeeves here. His mouth does not move because the wire is snipped. We actually snipped the piece off. It's right here because we tried to solder it together, but that sort of failed. Now, when we touch the wires together, it actually sort of slightly moved the mouth. But then we use the wires that already been soldered, and so we snipped that part off. We connected them with electric tape, and his mouth only spazzed out. So they're disconnected right now, but he still works. This guy has a low battery, but I'll change that soon because I have a lot of batteries from my Grave Raver collection, which is right here. And so I'm going to use him in the beginning, probably with the Bone Collector and this Reaper and that Tombstone. Most of the props here are the graveyard sort of thing. I'm also going to use that for a clown scene because my friend has Wacky Mole and he's going to bring that. And then we have Skeeves, which could be somewhere in there as well, probably with the ghost. But anyways, most of these props are graveyard. Then we will have a clown scene with the two big clowns. And yeah. I also have two small spirit balls. One of them is one of the rarest ones ever. And I also have two big ones, but they're in a different room. Uncle Charlie's voice does not work, but his eyes do. And that's how I got him that's how he was when I got him. And then this guy works fine. Both of these work fine. And if you are that guy with the word wolf in your username, I may want to trade this ghost girl for your bower that's on eBay right now. Just so you know. Anyways, that's just for him. So, this guy has the weirdest sheet to wear when there's batteries in him. He'll make some crackling sounds. However, this guy's line cut out completely. But then again, they're cheaply made props. Now, so we got the Tombstone and these props here, plus Wacky Mole and a jumping spider. We have step pads and shiny buttons. And that's basically what we have so far. Now, with our budget this year, we want to get, for our haunt, we want to get the bower that's on eBay right now. We also want to get Dr. Shivers, since they're my two original life-size props I actually saw in person at Kroger in 2007. They're both right next to each other in the same display, so that's how I think we should get both of them. So we're going to get those two guys, hopefully. Dr. Shivers is going to be pretty expensive, though, with all of his gear and everything. anyways, you're also thinking of getting Lil Nestor, just because he swings pretty well, and he's also like Pumpkin Nestor, but not as expensive and not as big. And we also were thinking of getting one of those new spirit balls, not the green skull one. It's like the one with the ghost face in it, because it looks like it was pretty realistic from the picture, unlike the green skull one. And then if the Medusa is good, maybe the Medusa, but that's about it. I don't know what other props are going to be for Jimmy in 2014, but that is the progress so far with my haunt. And just so you know, none of this is really for sale unless you give me a really good deal on it. I may be selling him, but probably not, but he is available for offers. It has to be more than $25 though. And this Ghost could also sell for $250, and or if you want to do a trade-in for Dr. Shivers or the Bellward that had the red in like sort of like Batman cape on it, and then it had gray hair in the tray. But I may be getting a version of that with missing parts, like missing the hair in the tray. But yes, but if you have the Butler or Dr. Shivers, then I may do the trade for that before I do the eBay listing. So any Butlers from Kroger in 2007 or Dr. Shivers can be traded for a nice Ghost Girl. And if I have to, I will throw in a Try Me button, which works for a lot of props, as you can see here. So that is about all of the progress for my 2014 Haunted Walkway haunt. And so yeah, so I'll see you next time for the video. Please subscribe and recommend any props you've heard about in previews or anything that you think I should get for my haunt. To see the layout of the area we're going to be using, watch my Haunted Walkway trailer for 2013, and please subscribe.